Alright, this next fight's in the middleweight division. It's Antonio Carlos Jr. against Jack Marshman. And, this is a pretty good fight. Jack Marshman's a guy, a boxer with some big power. He does have 3 knockdowns in 3 UFC fights. He knocked down Thiago Santos. But he doesn't have a lot of head movement, especially when he's coming forward. He kind of keeps his head on the center line. And that was a big detriment in his last fight. He got tagged a lot against Ryan James, who isn't even that great of a striker. And I actually thought James kind of pieced him up in that fight. And also I think he may be getting a little bit chinny, man, because he was getting hurt by a lot of those shots. But he doesn't really attack with He doesn't attack with a lot of anything else besides his boxing. He doesn't really have many kicks. He doesn't attack for takedowns. But Carlos Jr. is a guy who's kind of raw on the feet, so maybe Marshman could find that knockout early if he clipped him and took him out. But Carlos Jr., he's more of a low output, low risk fighter on the feet. He kind of knows that he isn't the greatest striker, so he doesn't put himself into positions to get knocked out very much. He kind of hangs on the outside because he has a pretty good reach. He's a big, imposing guy for the division. And, he'll come in with a big right hand or a big explosive shot, and he kind of uses it to get in the clinch, push you against the cage. And when he gets you against the cage, that's where he starts, working for his takedowns. He isn't very active with strikes against the cage. He'll land the occasional knee to the leg. But he really is working for a lot of takedowns. He works for a lot of variations, single legs, double legs. But he's really the best probably at the body lock trip. He'll find the angle and he'll dump you, And on top, for a big guy, he's really, really nimble. He's really good at finding the back from real odd positions, especially for someone his size. He's kind of like Fabricio in his speed to take the back, things like that. And he has a pretty good squeeze and real good rear naked choke. And also, Marshman's never been submitted, but I don't know if he's fought anyone like Antonio Carlos Jr. Jr. used to gas a lot in his fights, but he's actually, like in his last fight, it looked like he kind of addressed that and made it more of a strength, because it looked like he had more cardio in his last fight at the end than his opponent did. So I'm actually going to go with Shoeface in this one. I think he's going to get the rear naked choke in the second round. I think Marshman won't really do much, actually. I don't think Marshman will land that strike. I think he'll be, controlled against the fence in that first round, maybe worn down a little bit, get a little tired, maybe taken down a couple times. And then I think in that second round, he's going to get his first submission loss in that fight.